You should have acted. They're already here. The Elder Scrolls told of their return. Their defeat was merely a delay. Till the time after Oblivion opened. When the Sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood. But no one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn. I'm afraid there's a further problem, a serious one. I've discovered who the Greybeard's leader really is.
Oh, what? Oh, you're talking about Paarthurnax. Yes, it turns out he's a dragon, but he helped me.
All well and good, but did you know that he was Alduin's chief lieutenant in ancient times? Responsible for terrible atrocities. It's true that his crimes are long in the past, but justice does not count the passage of years. The Blades have been hunting him for centuries, but he was protected by the Greybeards.
I see.
And then the Emperors. Justice demands that he die for his crimes.
I don't want to do that.
Until he is dead, I'm afraid my oath as a Blade prevents me from offering you aid and comfort.
What possessed the minds of Esbern and Delphine to believe that the best course of action at the moment was to kill Paarthurnax? Without his help, we wouldn't have survived Alduin back during the Dragon War. I believe that was in the late Merethic era, before the First Era even began, but I could be wrong. It must have taken place after the Snow Elves were driven from the land in the Merethic era, since Nords came to Skyrim 500 years before it ended. One enemy at a time, I suppose. Hey, that makes sense, unlike what I am dealing with at the moment with the Civil War and Alduin trying to destroy the world. And don't forget about the vampires, who we've already defeated. So of course, I spared Paarthurnax, and I do appreciate that he's in the process of teaching those two younger dragons his views and philosophy. I don't have to be the enemy of dragons, and they don't have to be the enemy of us mortals. If all dragons had Paarthurnax's wisdom and compassion, we could have lived side by side all of these centuries. As it is now, the vast majority of them are our enemies, since they are under the sway of Alduin. Perhaps it's just the ones that died during the Dragon War. I have heard of other dragons in far-off lands that lived afterwards. Regardless of what he may have done back then that was bad towards us Nords, he is the one that helped to save us and to aid me against Alduin. I cannot judge Paarthurnax, and I don't think that if he killed thousands of Nords in his time out of malice, control, or hunger, that helping the world remain free of dragon domination makes us even. More like I accept who and what he is, and what he may have done in his past to get him to where he is, where he helped the Nords fight back against the dragons. If you remember the way shrines leading to High Hrothgar, along the throat of the world, Emblem 4 states, Kine called upon Paarthurnax, who pitied man. Together they taught man to use the voice. Then Dragon War raged. Dragon against tongue. I should have remembered that name and realized that Paarthurnax was a dragon before meeting him, since the Greybeards named him. But perhaps I might have just thought it a title, which actually would make sense considering what Paarthurnax did for man. So no, I cannot judge Paarthurnax, nor can I be the one to kill him. Unless, of course, he turns against us, either on his own or with Alduin. But his actions over time tell me that he would never do such a thing. Besides, my wife Serana, I am sure, is also guilty of similar things. What do you think she drank for the first half of her life before she was entombed? I don't think it is what she drank when I met her. I am sure she partook in many horrible things that must bother her today, especially now that she is human again. If I can accept her, love her, and want her to be with me to the end, then how can I condemn Paarthurnax? Both have redeemed themselves in my eyes, and both are needed by me, Torald, the only Dragonborn. Well, the only one fighting to save our world, at least. I believe it is between them and the gods for judgment, not from this mortal, nor from what is left of the blades. Those who were victims of both Serana and Paarthurnax might see it differently, and that I can have empathy with, which is also why I cannot judge them, really, because I am not the one who was wronged. Rather, I was aided greatly by both of them. Would the Greybeards exist without Paarthurnax? No. Would I even know I am the Dragonborn and have learned how to shout, fight dragons, and absorb their souls? Without Paarthurnax, no. So, even if they are both condemned by the gods, for me to have killed them for their past actions, it would not only destroy myself, but most likely destroy all of Mundus as well, which would just be stupid. Besides, I am the Dragonborn, and the Blades will listen. Also, the Dragonborn has the soul of a dragon, does he not? Wouldn't that also mean that I, in my past of which I do not remember, living as a dragon, also did bad things to man? I am sure the Blades also did horrible things in their time, but that doesn't mean that the Blades must also be wiped out. What about the companions? Their leaders are werewolves, so does that mean they should also be killed? I'm sure they've been preying on people out there. My role as the Dragonborn is not to condemn people for their past actions, people and dragons, but to gain allies to defeat those who are currently trying to destroy our world. So, you may have been bad at one point, but if you are useful to help in my goal to stop Alduin, then you get to live. It is the gods who would judge you, not me. You know, silly me. I forgot I wrote this down. So these fish, pygmy sunfish, which is funny, and spadefish can only be caught when it's raining. You know, why would they name it sunfish, pygmy sunfish? But I forgot that I did pick up the, I was able to fish up his lucky fishing hat. Was this the Argonian? And he says whenever he puts it on, it rains. I can also shout to make it rain or for this rain to clear up. So I can always go fishing when it's raining whenever I want. But where did he say? All the fish I need to catch are most easily caught when it's raining in the warmer parts of Skyrim, which is kind of where I am now. Catfish and spadefish can only be caught in lakes. Pygmy fish, sunfish are found in streams. I have a pearlfish. So I think we're going to go fishing, or at least try to. I have to see if I have a map of fishing spots in the Reach where we are. Seems that there's quite a few things to do in the Reach. A lot of it, well, almost all of it's small.
On my body.
So we had to come back and kill some of these Reachmen. Seems the more are back again. Looks like they're attacking your horse, Inigo. Oh, the bandits. These aren't Reachmen. This must hurt in the water. Shock. Gonna run out of arrows. got them? Or is there more? Yeah, I thought we got all the Reachmen, and then turns out these are bandits. Bone arrow. It's my arrow. Ooh, I got one arrow back. I wouldn't mind saving these for well, they're not very good against dragons because they're slower. I guess the enchantment slows them down. Anybody see anybody? Anyways, there's a few things, as I said, around the Reach. One is right close. Search Car Spire for the stolen heart. Now this has to go... Where was it? Crypt of the Heart. Now, if you remember, some time ago, I investigated the area south of Markarth and was confronted by a ghost. After following the ghost and climbing up to the top of the mountain, I found a tomb surrounded by 3 Forsworn, and defeated them in battle. On the shaman, I found a note that implied they defiled the tomb and took the knight's heart to Karthspire. The last step would be to find the heart. Well, maybe not the last. Once I get the heart, I bet you I have to do something with it. Okay. These we did not get. Oh! That was painful, actually. Witches and hag ravens.
Not very impressive.
Fire salts, hag raven feathers.
These people may dress primitive, but they are no less dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
Their wild fighting styles can be surprising, even to people like me.
Dead giant.
It is raining, it is pouring, the sun is really boring.
Best time to fish, apparently.
And splashed away the morning.
Well, for some fish. Oh! I think I've seen this before, but I couldn't open this up. I think it's sealed. Big raven feathers. Be rare to pull up parts of yourself to use in alchemy. Okay.
If only these people would...
Underneath the dirt I found it. A corrupted human heart. Purify the heart at the altar. Oh. Return to the knight's tomb. That's nearby too. Right, now that we have that, there are several things in the area to do. I have one. It's not this one. This is Reforge the Gauldur Amulet, which I would really like to do. It's close by. I've got one, a quest that says... I don't understand what I wrote down back at the time. There's so many of these things. What does it say? Investigate the strange activity at Reachwind Eyrie. Well, Reachwind Eyrie is right here. And there's the Purify the Heart at the altar. I also have to bring a note, bandit's note to Lajan. I think we should go do that and then go to... Oh, before I do any of this. Map. Fishing. I do have fishing map of the Reach. 2 spots. 2 spots in all of the Reach? No, 3. 4. I can't... I don't quite know where I am. If I can put it in perspective. Okay, so this is the great big thing. I don't know if there's any lakes here. I think they're all rivers. Might not be the best place to try to for a, was it the pygmy sunfish or whatever? The catfish? Let's see that again. Okay, so there's one at the end, one at the far end, at the very bottom. Little X's. They seem to be around that island. I don't even know if I've been... I must be. Yes, we were just there. That's where Skyhaven Temple is. So there's one right to the west of it, and there's one right down here. Well, that... let me put it on my map. I just want to go to one spot. This way. As I said, it doesn't have to be raining. I can make it rain if it's not. Ooh.
Some of them even tried to help Roleplay invade in the second.
Oh, did I hear you right there, Lucian? Some of the Reachmen helped Molag Bal invade in the Second Era? Why would they do that?
You don't have to be crazy to live here, but it helps.
Okay, let's get to that fishing spot. It's this way somewheres. I found it. No, I'm soaking wet. Ooh. This is not that cold. This is good for a Nord. Right. Okay, so what was it I was after? There's one type of fish I can get here since it's a river. Pygmy sunfish can be found in streams. This is a river, but I guess that counts. We're after pygmy sunfish then. Watch out, please. I should have lots of bait. Come on, pygmy sunfish. They said it in the warmer areas of Skyrim, right? So I would assume... But that would be more pogfish. Ugh, well, whatever. I would assume that that would be at least Falkreath and Riften. The Rift. But, you know, the Reach is kind of... If you're not high up on the mountain, it's about the same temperature. I see Lucian's horse way over there. Little tiny dot. Salmon. Oh. Alright, I have to eat one of the nice salmon I have salted up. The smell of the salmon. Reminds me of cooked salmon. Oh! A spadefish? That's one of them. What? No. Really? That doesn't even make any sense. The spadefish you're supposed to only find in lakes. A spadefish can only be caught in lakes. This is not a lake. Maybe I just got lucky? Who's that? Some bandit's coming.
Rose,
Enough mucking about. Let's do this.
Hey, watch out, princess. Trying to catch a fish. Another spadefish. Thought I saw a bandit. Can't a man fish in peace?
Sorry, Inigo.
Hey.
Please throw the more aim.
Yeah, watch where you guys going. Or aiming. Back at it. Can't a man fish in peace? There's the body over there. Hopefully it won't just scare the fish away. But it's a river, right? So everything's always... Oh, ancient Nord dagger. What I've always wanted. I think I found those in the first place I went. What was it? Something. I can't remember the name. That place that I really prepared for when I came to Riverwood. Bleak Falls Barrow. Actually, I have good memory of that place, except for the spiders. Okay, if I catch anything that's not fish, that's it, I'm done. I have a feeling it's going to be not fish.
Lucian,
Yes, Inigo?
please, share some of your knowledge. I am in a learning mood.
Let me think. There's a tribe in Desham who worship a giant ghost snake, which sometimes tries to kill you and sometimes gives you life advice.
That is fascinating. I do
Where?
not understand how you fit so much inside your head. Many things.
Right, let's go deliver that note to Lajan, the Khajiit
Very welcome, Indigo.
trader. Oh yes, and I forgot. I was going to eat. Got all these fish on me that I keep. I have to cook that one. Salmon steak. And... you know what, I'm going to try this sujama. I've had it before, I don't like it. This one was okay. I've had really bitter ones. You're Lajan, right?
The sons of elsewhere
Just
are
sort of
very far,
Dragon.
but Khajiit must not think of home. She must stay focused.
I always sought a home when I was down in Cyrodiil. Any tips on fighting?
The shield guards, the sword strikes. This is the Maker's
They used to
design.
call this city
But to
Nichelle
survive
Town
on the
back when the Dwen
battlefield,
were in charge.
at times one must change their identity.
Don't you think?
I found a note about from you on a bandit named Tanita.
So she is dead then. Khajiit always knew it would come to that.
How were you acquainted with the bandit?
This land, it makes
of an
for
old man,
strange
Cyrodiil.
bedfellows.
I'd say.
Khajiit did not want to talk about this before, because it was a stain on her honor.
I would think
Her
so.
caravan was attacked by Falmer. She was kidnapped and tortured. And there, in her weakness, she made an uneasy alliance. The bandit would break them out of their bonds. Lajan would get them out of the cave.
Must have been some ordeal. You know what? I'm not going to fault you for that. I would have done the same just to get out of being a Falmer captive.
It was. Lajan imagines it was much worse for the bandit. She was there for weeks before Lajan was taken.
I see.
Perhaps this gave her the time to figure out an escape. But before that, she needed Lajan's help. And to get it, she first needed to find a way to speak to her. But the bandit was clever. She would scratch the floor, always in the same rhythm. It took a while before Khajiit realized she was telling Lajan her name. From there, she taught Lajan how to escape her binds, and how often the guard made their rounds. She had it all figured out, except for Lajan. She never understood that Khajiit could never truly be friends.
I would.
In any case, Lajan thanks you for this news. It would have been difficult to explain to Risad had the bandit called her by name. Lajan does not have gold to reward you,
You don't need to.
but she can lend you her blade, if you will accept it.
No, I already have enough people in my group. I also have a Khajiit. But thanks for
The
everything, Roshan.
gnomes bomb the court. Khajiit looks to them when the wind sneers.
Just say thanks for the offer. Any tips on fighting?
A fighter must never cross their feet, lest they step on their own tail.
Must only work for Khajiits and Argonians. Any other tips?
Khajiit believes that to fight is to live. The world is as vast as an ocean, and Lajan must fight for every breath.
Any others?
Khajiit keeps her weight on her front foot. It is the opponent that provides the counterbalance.
I see. Your tail probably helps with your balance too.
Until our next meeting.
Alright, you know what? There's supposed to be another fishing spot right about where we are, and isn't that a river here? Oh. Well, unless it's down there. Yeah, I don't see anything. It would be weird trying to fish right where there's a waterfall.
We are getting wet.
Oh yes, this is the perfect time to go catch fish that can only be caught when it's raining. I don't see any other fishing spots here. This is this way. You can usually see a bucket. already soaking as it is. And as I said, it's not that cold anymore. It's cold, but not enough to make me, not enough to hurt me. That's it. Duck. Little mallard. Right, well, let's do what else I wanted to do. I don't know where this fishing spot is, but let's go try to reforge the amulet. I take it that means there's going to be Draugr everywhere, which also is the perfect time to use Jargo's flame cloak. I think he just wants me to kill 3 of them with it. Back down where we were. Well, I'm right to buy it. I wonder... So I did look there. I didn't see anything for fishing. But I wonder if the map wasn't referring to this area. It shows it like here, and there's not even anything... Not even anything on the... Just put... For the reach. Not even anything wet in the map. It just shows it like in the hills. The one west of the island. Now where is that supposed to be? Would think that would be right by where the Khajiits were. Wish the map was easier to understand. Right, so really the reason I'm doing these things is because we are where we are. We're in the Reach. Let's take care of business that's in the Reach. I think I found it. Reachwater Rock. Is that where we go in? But this Reachwind Eerie. Alright. Sure, I have my swords, not my fishing rod. That did happen to me once. And I was wondering why I couldn't hurt the enemy.
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now.
You know, I'd much rather be, just you and I. Doing things together. Not going through these caverns and dungeons. Yeah. Having fun together. But, you know, it's the call of the adventurer. That looks like a Nordic door up there. Right, I can't just kill any undead. What's this knapsack? By the gods. I think I found the other fishing spot. So it really was here. Well, the other one... So I have to find a pygmy sunfish. The spadefish was only supposed to be caught in lakes, which is kind of like what this is, I think.
Do you think the ancient lords played
Let the
games?
waterfall into a pond
You know, between
underground.
sacrifices to their draconic masters.
I have no idea what you just said. Anyways, I found the fishing spot. It's not trying to. Inigo, you're right. Inigo? What I was trying to say is, if it's... Oh, there's this... I might pull that skeleton in. If it was wrong about where to catch the spadefish, maybe it was wrong about where to catch the pygmy sunfish. Maybe it's opposites. Direfish. I've caught one of these before. Ugly red fish. Try not to reel in the skeleton. Come on, pygmy sunfish. Oh, catfish. Glass catfish. Those are rare. I only have so much bait. There's lots of movement in the pond. Another direfish. Well, if I have to catch a bunch of direfish for somebody, then I'm in luck. I also have to catch 3 catfish for Hulda in Whiterun. And I haven't caught a catfish for a while. I may not catch what I'm looking for, actually. Silverside perch, that's his, more bait. And I just used it. I don't know if I have if I have any other bait. Also, it doesn't help when I'm doing alchemy because I use those ingredients up. I try not to use fishing bait, though. Also, if... Oh, well, that didn't work. I lost it. It could be that the only way to catch the pygmy sunfish is outside. Because it's when it's supposed to be raining, right? There's still something in there. Getting nibbles. Maybe I'll pull a Draugr out that attacks me. That would be an interesting catch. Oh. Okay, forget it. I'm done. But I can't use mushrooms as bait. Oh. That is one of those claw doors. Dragon claw doors. Well, I'm pretty sure that... Oh, the dragon claw is here. I was going to say, I don't have an extra dragon claw. Dead Adventurer, I guess. Lost Legends. Yeah, I read about... Wait. I don't think I have that book in me. No. If there's a part in there about Gaulder's lost... Because if he has the dragon claw, why else would he come here? Perhaps the best known is the forbidden legend of the Archmage Gauldur. Okay. I've read this before, but it's not much. So he was after the same thing that I'm doing, but he came to the place where I'm supposed to forge it. I have all 3 items. Yeah, I don't think that is really going to help, actually. You have your book back, Dead Adventure. Ancient Edict. Let this place... This is definitely where I'm supposed to go. Let this place be forgotten forever. Let it be struck from the rolls of history. Let it never be spoken of by man or mer. Let its very name be lost to the ages. Ye who enter here, know, this place was sealed at great price. Honor those who perished here. Turn back and leave them to their rest. Do you think that I'm going to abide by that? Oh, I'm supposed to look at the claw. This looks like an emerald claw. I'm looking in the wrong area. I'm looking where my books are. I've got I wonder where this ivory one goes. But I've got an emerald dragon claw. Bear, whale. What is that? Is that the man? Bear, whale. It's an odd shape. I think that might be a coiled snake. I think it's this one. It works. It looked like somebody was sitting down, like kneeling. Always interesting that 3 other doors open after this one. Another dragon claw door. You have nothing to say, Lucian.
Keep up, Lucian, this way.
Well, I'm guessing that this claw works too? Kind of redundant. For no reason that I can think of. I have a feeling this is the right claw. No, there's not even a bear up top. I'm not sure where the ivory claw is from. I forget where I got it from. Maybe it's the right one? Shows... Well, it's not eagle, it's hawk, dragon. Well, I know that there's hawks in here. We can only try it, if not... Well, at least it has its parts. Oh, weird. It works. I guess I got the ivory claw from some place to do with Gauldur and his sons.
What was that? What was that noise?
Probably Draugr. We've killed hundreds of them, Inigo. It's not a big deal. Okay, I've got to get that flame cloak thing. Okay, I'm ready. You watch, we'll have entered the only Nordic ruin without Draugr. It'll probably work against ghosts too.
Dead.
You smell it? That just smells old and stale like they all do to me.
I'm hoping your magical light is not giving away our position.
Redcap. This might be a bit of a challenge in here. Look at this. So we're already at the end. I assume that there's going to be a big fight. Gauldur himself is going to come out and there'll be like 50 Draugr. Which is perfect for this. Look at these doors they're going to open. Alright, Gauldur. This is where you reforge the amulet. I killed your sons in their undead state. Now it's your turn.
Part of me feels maybe we shouldn't be here.
Stop. Look at all the things we've gone through. This will be easy. I hear a Draugr. Wait, I don't see one. I think they're waiting. You heard that? Sounds like many of them. 1, 2, 3.
Tread carefully. These ruins are full of traps.
I take it one of you is Gauldur. Alright, here they come. They're gonna watch while we fight. Take this! Take that!
I will not attack you.
I can't really see too well.
This is not very welcoming.
Sorry. Yeah, you guys stay away from me when I have this up. 1 down. I didn't need 10 scrolls. 1 did. Where'd you go? Oh, not that teleporting thing around. That's it, I'll stay still and use my bow. Where'd they go? It's a game, is it?
Who's there?
Then die.
You're dead.
Well, we're getting them. I don't know which is the right one, though. Got. That was the right one.
We win.
You're pretty good.
These flame cloak scrolls were horribly made, and we should tell J'zargo that.
Lucian, that may be the funniest thing I've ever heard you say. Oh! Fine. sorry. I thought you were it. You're right in the spot it was. Alright, that's annoying.
Well, you asked for it.
I vote you the most annoying Draugr there is.
Off this way.
We bested all three of you. Okay, here it comes. Ooh. Those are probably the three sons. Are you Gauldur? Should have known that. Oh. Alright, thought he was going to attack us. Well, from the story, it was the three sons that were bad. Gauldur was not. The father is Gauldur. I take the amulet. Huh. That was interesting. The Gauldur amulet. Health, magicka, and stamina increase. I was going to give this to you, my love.
I'm glad you're here.
You wear this. It's probably nicer than anything I can make for you. I'd like to give you a gift.
Oh, you're sweet. I'll take you up on that offer after we finish up here.
Oh, you want to leave first. Alright.
I sure hope the trip here was worth it.
Actually, this was one of the better ones I've had. I'm just curious to know if there's anything up here. What if there's treasure? Oh. Ash with 402 gold pieces in it. Nothing else? More ash. Check the ash for loot. Don't want the arrows. Take the gems and gold though. And you know what? I think I know why these ashes are here. It's from my wife reanimating the Draugr. Well, if that's it then, off to the next place. Oh. Okay, we came up from up there, so there is treasure after all. Common soul gem, coin purse.
I heard something move.
You heard something. There shouldn't be anything else. 250 gold. Necklace of sneaking. A welkin stone to charge my enchanted weapons, which reminds me, maybe I should look at the bow. We're good. I enchanted them a short while ago. Alright, we're out of here. The Gauldur wanted to speak to us, which I was kind of hoping he would. Have some things to say. Well, thank you for the claw adventure. I'm sorry about what happened to you. Honestly, I don't know what killed him here. Maybe he opened it up. No, because I have the ivory one. He couldn't have. Well, maybe he opened it up, couldn't get past the ivory claw door, and took his own life? Don't know. Pretty sad end to an adventure if that's what he did. Maybe he saved up all his entire life to buy the claw. And found out it wasn't enough. And just couldn't take it anymore. I don't know why he's dead there. There's nothing in there but mushrooms and fish. Or maybe somebody else, maybe he came with another adventurer. They got into a fight. He fought the other adventurer off, but was hurt, mortally wounded, and died right there. That's probably what happened. Because I can't think of a single time when I've found Draugr outside of the Nordic ruin. So I can't blame Draugr. Or bandits could have followed him in there, killed him. Didn't know what the claw... No, they would have taken an emerald claw. Anyways, I think it was another adventurer that did it to him. Optional, purify the heart at our altar. So, of course I'm going to do that, because I'd like to be good person. And the problem is, how do you get to this spot? That's one reason why I don't really like... Oh, those creatures again. What is there? Those Imperials. This is an Imperial camp. What are these things? Well, you're not going to finish it off?
All over now.
This is a Forsworn camp.
Lucian, come on, we do not
How
want
are
to
you
lose
doing?
you. That is understandable, but annoying.
What's wrong, kitty cat?
I'm warning you. Stop it.
Sure thing, pretty kitty.
Stop your chittering.
Relax, relax. I was only kidding around. You don't need to be so tight about it. You gotta
Oh.
admit, though, it is kind of funny.
I learned long ago not to talk to a Khajiit like it's a pet cat. You just don't do that. It's kind of... Well, it's not that it's rude, if it is, but that wouldn't stop me from doing it. However, the point is that they come with claws, and they know how to use them. Kind of like a cat, but much taller and stronger and smarter. You don't want to really tick off a cat that is your size. What a bear. Bear? Coming up on it, I think this is where we originally found these knights or whatever they were. I think that they're from High Rock, some order that's after hags, hag ravens or witches. Knight Captain's orders. Yeah, they're after Beldama witches. They've resurfaced in the Reach. Yeah, so he's calling upon all knights of his, all able knights to cleanse the land of witches, hags, and reachmen. Oh. Well, reachmen kind of in league with the witches. Let's purify this heart first. Mara, please purify this heart. And grant me your blessing. You are one of the purest and best gods there is. Oh. Can I speak to you, ghosts? My companions are in the way. They left? Oh, by the gods, please stop. Huh. Look at these. This might be really nice for Lucian. He's not Breton, but these are magically inclined. And they look nice. I've already prayed. Pray again. Let me see. Oh, it's heavy armor. It looks nice, though. None of us wear heavy armor. I don't think I've had... Oh, Lydia was the companion I had that wore heavy armor. She's the only one. Well, I can sell these. That's unfortunate. You'd look better in it. But you look like a mage like that. Yeah, it's funny that we're all in light armor. Including this, what I'm wearing. Helps us to sneak. So I think that's everything out here in the Reach for now. Oh, I'm supposed to go to Reachwind Eyrie. Despite the weather... The fox over there. Despite the weather and time of day. This should be something simple. It's on the... It's right up ahead. Reachwind Eyrie. Maybe there's a hag there to kill. Oh. Well, I don't want to run into a group of hags. And not be prepared for them, so... Maybe we should sneak up? I've been here before. Months and months back. I think it was at night too. Also, you guys running in... I mean, maybe I ran into you, but...
There you are.
What? What is... Goblins? We were just talking about them the other day. Ah. Little things! Look at how small they are. Pretty tough for a little thing. Ah, the shaman. We were warned about them. Cyrodiil. Moving spider. Well, I need cogs. Or is it gears? Cogs or gear? There's cogs. I don't need a gear. Okay, wife. Don't need to push me like that. Dwarven oil. Steel, blue, and... Oh, picked up something I didn't want to get. Flawless diamond. Wow, there's lots of nice things in here. Yeah, the worst thing about goblins is their shaman. Oh, they killed people here. Caravan. The shamans shoot shock spells at you. Right. Before we were interrupted. What's going on here? I'm supposed to investigate. It's a small tower. With a gate. Investigate Reachwind Eyrie. Oh, you know what? That's a Dwemer door. What is that noise?
The Ancestor Glade was a sight to see. We should go back and visit, if we have the time.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. Who are you guys?
Alright, let's do this.
10 cogs.
Not very
Who are you?
impressive.
Hey.
Ah, a visitor. Word travels fast, it seems. As fast as time flies. Which makes sense, given that they're both a type of bird. No doubt. You came for the Argonian known as Two Tails.
I don't know why I'm
I am
here.
he.
So I'm supposed to investigate this strange activity? I've never heard of you.
Impossible. You speak to the first hero of the Fourth Era, blessed by the divines.
Oh, really?
With a great and ancient power. With it, I will vanquish a great evil that has returned from centuries of slumber, and now threatens the very fabric of our world. That's
What?
right. You would have guessed it had I not told you 2 seconds from now. I am Dwarvenborn.
Dwarf? What? I don't even know how to respond to that. You don't mean the legend of the Dragonborn, do you?
Dragonborn? Do I look like I have wings? No, I have horns and feathers and walk on 3 feet. Just like dwarves.
Dwarves have 3 feet.
Besides, in war, fire is best fought with fire. And you don't bring a dragon to a dwarf fight, not unless it's Dwarvenborn. Nothing else can combat the infinite armies of Mazenok, the God Eater.
I think maybe you read about the Dragonborn when you were on Skooma or something, friend. Mazenok? Okay. I don't see any feathers.
Tell that to the people who call me Featherbrain. There's quite a few of them, which is precisely why I pluck my feathers.
Alright, so who's Mazanok?
Your worst enemy and your best friend, as you are nothing but a dog to him. And like a good doggy, he's going to make you fetch dirt, then bring it to the surface while his army of centurions flog you with brass whips. Mazanok aims to devour the gods, at least the ones that live underground, and in doing so, propel our world into chaos. But as it is written in the Histbark, and inscribed in the assortment of spoons I keep in my pocket, all is not lost. For there is one that even the mad dwarf and his legion of machines fear. In their tongue, I am known as Thuammerdzin, Dwarvenborn.
Alright. How did you discover you were Dwarvenborn?
I was fishing near the coast of Nibben Bay in Cyrodiil when I saw a bearded mage standing by the bank.
I spent a lot of time there.
In his hand was the ugliest fishing staff I had ever seen. But when he raised it to the sky, a massive island rose right out of the water. On it were rocks, chiseled into the shape of dwarven heads. Only they weren't rocks, but cheese. Then, waving the staff around some more, he conjured 3 beggars to eat away at the cheese rocks, from its mustache down to its chin. Their efforts revealed a secret portal, a gateway to the Dwemer homeworld.
Did you just say the Dwemer homeworld? I really think that maybe you're an avatar of Sheogorath. Or somebody that's been severely touched by Sheogorath. What did you do after the portal was revealed?
Curious, I followed him into the bay. I swam, he walked. I trailed him to the edge of the shoreline, just as he was about to enter the portal. Then he stopped and turned in my direction. I was hiding behind some brush, but I could have sworn he winked at me. Turns out there was just something in his eye. Specifically the arrow that I shot in his face for winking at me.
Alright. You killed him?
Didn't have a choice. He fired first. He just made an island come out of the bay. Now he was winking at me. For all I knew, he was going to waggle his fingers and cross his eyes and pull my heart out of my throat.
You know, I met a few like you in Imperial Prison. I don't care to be around those touched by Sheogorath. But this one actually sounds like he could be violent if he wants to. So interesting. What sort of powers does the Dwarvenborn possess?
As Dwarvenborn, I possess what is known as the Machine Hand. Simply by placing my palms on a device, I can disable it permanently.
Oh?
I am now on a great quest to place my hands upon as many dwarven machinations as possible, so that I may render the God Eater's army inert. It doesn't matter if it's a broken spider or fully operational centurion. One touch from my machine hand, and no smith can repair it.
Well, why didn't you do that to the last one that was fighting you? I'm pretty good with the forge. Perhaps I could repair a machine too.
You do realize every machine you raise from its slumber is another garrison for the armies of Mazanok, don't you? Every innocent that dies as a result is someone you've killed, which makes you a murderer. Not the good kind, either.
Alright.
You know, the kind of murderer that's rich and attractive and has their own thanes. In Skyrim, they call these murderers Jarls. You, on the other hand, would just be another killer.
Alright, that was a roundabout way of getting to the point. I'd like to know more about this God Eater.
They say he was a gifted dwarf, blessed with the ability to craft, repair, and if need be, marry machines, simply by touching them. Some even say he learned the way of the voice, that he could direct his spiders to sweep the floors by issuing a simple 3-word command. Something like, broom floor sweep, or beep boop bop, or insert tube here. You know, common phrases of the machine tongue.
Okay.
Then, one day, while renovating an old cave, he came across a magic scroll written inside a tube of fungus. Inside was a 100,000-year-old prophecy.
That's an old one.
That foretold what already happened 75,000 years ago, at the dawn of time.
Okay.
It told of the age of the soup people, who flowed through the underground rivers of Nirn like hard, creamy magma, and were extremely delicious. It warned of a day in the distant past when the soup would turn cold. So cold, it congealed. These jelly blobs and their scabs would be what they've become. The early beginnings of man and beast.
That doesn't explain why Mazanok wants to eat them.
I told you they were delicious, didn't I? Seems that's reason enough.
What do you know of Mazanok's plan?
Only what the gods foretold. They say Mazanok will come from the west, charging down a mountain, led by an avalanche of metal boulders, spheres. Behind them will be the mad dwarf himself, riding in a steam-powered war carriage, pulled along by dwarven mammoths.
Really?
They say when Mazanok makes his charge, the ore veins across Skyrim will melt, and the rivers will run bright with metal. Only the Dwarvenborn possesses the power to stop him. From here in the Eyrie, I can watch for his descent, as well as create a strategic barrier to protect myself from his spies.
Oh, excuse me. That's why you're here, is it? Okay. So, why exactly are you staying at this tower?
It's the only place that's completely safe. Mazanok has his spiders everywhere, hiding in the dirt like eight-legged mud crabs. They're out there right now, burrowed in the mud, not 40 paces from where we stand, using the grass and the weeds like an insect's antenna. Only these antennae aren't like the kind you find on a bug. No, attached at the end are magical listening spheres, painted white to look like flowers. Cotton balls, fungal pods, tulips. His eyes and ears are everywhere, searching for the one they call Dwarvenborn. Conversely, there isn't a section of wall or piece of dwarven metal that I haven't blessed with my machine hand. It's completely quarantined.
I think I've had enough of speaking to you. Alright, Two Tails, or Dwarvenborn.
And
Huh? Gods go with you.
Now that I'm human again, shouldn't you know not to take me out on late-night escapades? I'm tired.
I know it's getting late. I need cogs. A Dwemer cloak. Huh. Chimviridium. Ancient Tales of the Dwemer, Part 6 by Maribel Sewell. Huh. I don't need Dwemer lever. Dragonborn, or sorry, Dwarvenborn, huh? I don't really want any of those.
So, what's inside?
I'm looking for cogs. Something I've never really paid attention to all this time. Well, you're not up there looking. Oh. Hey. Now that we're close.
So, where are we off to now?
I think it's time to kiss.
Well, aren't you the romantic one?
Come here. I really enjoyed creating the journal introduction to this one. When writing, images, and music work together to create exactly the best in what I'm trying to achieve to tell a story, then there is nothing better than that when making these videos. At least that's how I see it. Dwarvenborn. Now, that was something I wasn't ready for, and you hear my real-time reaction to it as it happened. Too funny. I think he's more crazy than Sheogorath is. At least Sheogorath knows what is crazy and what isn't. Two Tails is all crazy. Thanks for watching. Take care.